Bro, this means nothing, dude. Also, where the is Gavin Newsom on this, bro? This is nuts, dude. Where did you get this? Is this OAN? Or no, it's the Emerson College poll. Wait, is that actually wait? So the thing is, like, with Gavin Newsom, didn't he like not meet the deadline or something? Dude, I have not been looking at the recall at all because I don't give a at all. I don't think that anything is going to happen. But for Governor Gavin Newsom, the only thing that matters in the recall election is if he faces is how California voters will fill out the part of the ballot they can keep him in office. Whether they understand that they also have the right to select the potential replacement isn't part of his equation. But the singular focus on Newsom and prominent Democrats could be a high-stakes gamble with the party's political and policy agenda. It might also leave millions of voters who soon will replace the ballot in the mail unaware that they can cast the vote on both of the recall ballot's questions, even if their preference is to retain Newsom as a governor. 48%, according to the Real Clear Politics average, say Gavin Newsom should be recalled. And only 46% says no, do not remove. I think it's unfortunate the Democratic Party is not giving voters any guidance on what to do on the second question, said Kim Alexander, president of the nonpartisan California Voter Foundation. It's going to leave a lot of people confused. And should a majority of voters... Oh, no, I literally just threw out my... I didn't even look at it. God, I'm such an idiot, dude. The sample one, chat. Chill the fuck out. It's a sample ballot. It literally doesn't matter. The information pamphlet, like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I've doomed you guys. Yeah, when you throw out your sample ballot, that means you're just not going to vote. And should a majority of voters cast ballots to expel Newsom, he could produce a new governor chosen by only a small fraction of the electorate. Oh, God. I love this, dude. It's so awesome. We're probably not going to have him, but it would be pretty funny if it did. If Gavin Newsom was... If Gavin Newsom was recalled in California, dude. Here's the sample of the ballot. Shall Gavin Newsom be recalled, removed from the office of governor? Say yes, C. Okay, you write that because you're not a cuck. And you say C. For favor. Okay? Fuck Gavin Newsom. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, I should not be joking about this. I feel like I'm doing... He didn't even do anything. That's the funny part. Yeah, COVID happened. And then the second part of the ballot is all voters, regardless of the party preference, they disclose upon registration or refusal to disclose a party preference, may vote on any candidate or voter nominated office. So Gavin Newsom, if I'm not mistaken, isn't even on here. Now, of course, he doesn't have to be on here. But he literally missed the deadline to put his name on here. And I don't know if that was like a personal preference. I don't know if that was literally a personal preference. Like they thought, you know, it's good to just not have us there, you know, in order to avoid confusion. Sounds good, dude. Fuck Gavin Newsom. I'll vote yes. Are you dumb, dude? Look at these fucking freaks that are trying to fucking replace Gavin Newsom. Are you guys insane? I love when people say shit like that when they're like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking, you know, I'm voting yes on the recall, dude. It's important to note that if a Republican becomes governor and Feinstein dies, then we lose the Senate majority. That's also, dude, that would be so funny. Oh my God. Feinstein dies and then Nancy Pelosi also dies because she's like, oh my God, I love Dianne Feinstein. So then we lose our fucking... I mean, obviously, we wouldn't lose the majority in the House, but still. What do we do about the recall then, Ree? What do you mean, dude? You just fucking vote no on... you go and you vote no on the fucking recall. That's it. That's how this works. For Republicans to win this, they have to, one, vote yes for the recall. Okay? They have to vote yes for the recall. They want to recall and remove Gavin Newsom, and then they have to fucking get their shit together and like vote for Larry Elder or some shit. You know what I mean? All of them, enough of them. Yeah, so all you need to do is just say no mega lol, and then just you're done. You know what I mean? It's just the West Point communist is Spencer Rapone. That's not who I'm talking about. I think I'm gonna vote third party. Okay, dude, exercise that. Whatever happened to those confirmed reports that Feinstein is basically senile? I mean, she's still senile. That didn't fucking change. It's just that people don't care about it as much anymore. You can vote no and then choose a Dem on the second part. I mean, you can do that too if you want. Imagine if there will be people who will vote no on the recall and still vote the second page. Guys, it doesn't matter. This is like the gate, okay? This is the gatekeep. If Gavin Newsom gets a majority of the votes, if a majority of the votes say no, then this second page just lighted on fire. It literally doesn't fucking matter. The only reason why you would vote no and then vote for someone on the second side is because you're like terrified that, you know, these Republicans are, and they're going to go and fucking vote yes, and it's going to trigger a recall, in which case Gavin Newsom is fucked and it's not happening. And then a Republican will very likely win. Yeah, they don't have to vote for any specific candidate. If the first vote passes, candidate with the most vote on 2 wins. I know, I just mentioned that. If you vote yes, then select the Dem. That's essentially a vote for Elder since he's leading. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely don't vote yes. You can still vote no and then vote for someone. You can vote no here and then still vote for someone, chat. So what you're supposed to do is vote no so the recall doesn't happen, and then fucking write in whatever, you know, whoever the fuck you want to vote for. It doesn't really matter. Why don't Dems ever give us a good candidate? All CA governors have been trash. Because California, much like New York, is like a Democratic powerhouse. It's basically like protected Democrat land. It's the protected Democrat territory. So we run the line not with like super blue candidates there, but the Democratic Party will use that as an opportunity to solidify their power and their grip over the party as a whole with like solid establishment Democrats. It's also basically, I mean, these are massive industries, right? I mean, both the state of California and New York are like gigantic world powers on their own. Like California is one of the world's largest economies just on its own. So there's a lot of powerful corporate interests that are represented. There are a lot of powerful corporate interests that are represented in the 5th largest or 6th largest economy on the planet that is no different than the powerful corporate interests that are represented in American politics. Like, the question you ask yourself is, why is there no change in American politics? Oh, it's the same as fucking... It's the same as why California has like bullshit establishment Democrats in positions of power. That is because you have the real estate industry that is fucking gigantic and incredibly powerful. You have a bunch of different interests. You have a lot of military, industrial complex, engineering facilities, defense contractors, Boeing, Northrop Grumman. It's the exact same issues that you would experience with America, but just inside of California. Lockheed Martin, yep. Wouldn't this have been a good opportunity to get someone good with all the shitty stuff Newsom has done? No, Newsom is like a very popular person. This recall is just like, you know, it's conservatives trying to use the volatility of COVID for their benefit. Can't really hate him for that, to be honest. I mean, Newsom was incredibly popular in the beginning of the pandemic. Let's see what Newsom's approval ratings are currently. Yeah, Gavin Newsom's popularity has fallen, but it's still better than his pre-pandemic standing. Despite the steady drop since mid-May high, the Democratic governor is still more popular than he was about a year ago. Yeah, 51% of California voters approve of Newsom's job performance, 39% disapprove. And the highest was at 67%. That's like, that's solid. California recall election much closer among likely voters, poll finds.
The election is just over a month away, and new polling suggests there are challenges ahead for everyone involved, including Governor Gavin Newsom. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell breaks down the new numbers and looks at what it could mean heading toward Election Day.
A series of new...
It's not hard to get 50% of the people to hate an incumbent governor. Why are you pretending this isn't possible? It is possible. It's just not going to be possible with like the sheer volume of liberals that live in California. They should be doing more of the Democratic Party should be doing more of a fearmonger campaign here to bring up talking points like what Undead brought up, like, hey, what happens if, you know, God forbid, our 900-year-old Senator Dianne Feinstein croaks if there is a recall? I'm left and voting yes. You're a fucking idiot. You literally are an idiot. And you most likely don't live in California, because if you lived in California, your fucking dumbass would never be like, yeah, let's recall Gavin Newsom so we can put Larry Elder in charge. You know what I mean? Yeah. Leftism is when Larry Elder, but you debated him and that's right. And that's tight. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything, dude. He was a fucking idiot. I debated him on like homelessness, and his opinions on homelessness were fucking dog shit.
Back with our panel, talk show host and author Larry Elder, Hasan Piker of the Young Turks. Larry, let's start with you.
There are 100,000 empty homes in the San Francisco metro area alone. And there are, what, 59,000 homeless people? It doesn't seem like, I know what the solution to this problem is. I think we all know what the solution to the problem is. And yet, we can't grasp our mind. We can't just say it.
What's the solution?
Giving homeless people houses. It sounds ridiculous, but there are empty houses and people dying in the streets. What's more important? Making sure that the property values are as high as possible, or making sure that our fellow Americans, young children who are going to college right now, trying to better themselves and trying to build a better future for America, living in their cars, living on the streets. What's more important?
Rent control and policies like that create a disincentive on the part of contractors to build housing. So if you really understood,
no, that's precisely what I mean.
If you really understood the problem, you'd be opposing rent control, not advocating.
I don't think rent control is a perfect solution. I think rent control is a band-aid, but it's a solution in the right direction.
No, it's not.
Because what did I say? I said decommoditizing housing is the main goal. Building public housing, building affordable housing in the short term with rent control, making it as unaffordable as possible on the landlords to own private properties, so that housing, which I would regard as an inelastic, I would regard as having inelastic demand, which is a necessity for people to survive, shelter, right? Very important. Should be dealt with appropriately. But I also feel the same way about healthcare as well.
So you want government to displace private contractors?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
If you vote yes for recall, you basically want Larry Elder to like push all the homeless into the sea, okay? What was the name of your podcast to give you views, my man? Fear and Malding.
But when narrowing in on the registered voters likely to participate in the special election, the outcome becomes much closer, with 47% favoring Newsom's recall compared to 50% opposed. The first question on the ballot is, should Newsom be recalled? If you want to keep him in office, you would vote no. If you want him out, vote yes. Then you'll be asked who you'd like to replace Newsom, and the Berkeley IGS poll found conservative radio host Larry Elder leads the field. Elder is at 18%, followed by Kevin Faulconer at 10%, John Cox at 10%, and State Representative Kevin Kiley at 5%.
The way this works is so dog shit, because like you would literally have like 18% of voters, and voters on a recall election are already going to be on the low end. But you would have 18% of like the lowest fucking participation dictate who becomes the governor, dude. How crazy. Larry Elder believes minimum wage should be $0. I mean, he's got a lot of fucking psychotic ideas. He's like a black conservative libertarian, so I can't believe someone who would fucking debate me on Fox News is like likely to become the next governor of California, like is the #1 slated person to overtake Gavin Newsom. Why am I looking at the dumbest fucking stories? I'm done with the recall. I'm done with all this shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Just vote no, okay? You're going to get you and everyone else that lives in California is going to get a ballot mailed to your fucking house. You 100%. absolutely, without a fucking doubt, have to vote in that. And vote fucking no. Okay? Vote no on the Governor Gavin Newsom recall. I don't give a fuck if you call me a lib. I don't want a dude I debated who believes in a $0 minimum wage to be the fucking potential next governor of my state that I live in. Hasan rigging elections? What? I think you don't understand. Like, I'm very legally allowed to do exactly what I'm saying. Telling people to go out and vote and then vote no is called advocacy. It's not like electioneering. I can't do it at a polling station.
All these daily streams, whether big or whether small. So there he is again. The sun is streaming. The sun is streaming. You wait.